Hey, how you guys doing? Michael X. Yeah, so we are going to be doing a little live stream tutorial, which is going to be kind of weird, but we'll see how it goes. Um, all right. So, okay. All right, you guys need to see what I'm seeing. Um, okay, so this is basically what we're going to be installing here. Is we're going to be installing a fabric launcher, which basically I followed the guy named Udison. Um, and on how to install this. And then this particular fabric loader build works for where you can actually run Optifine at the same time. And so I'm going to go ahead and show you guys that. So if any of you guys are interested in actually having Worldedit, and the thing about Worldedit is you can actually copy humongous builds. Humongous builds, and you can paste them. There are limits to how much you can paste, but if you have a really powerful computer, I've actually put in something like 70 chunks worth of stuff at once, and it just paused for a little bit. But anyway, as you can see, Optifine 1.14.4 version 3, which is the latest, and Minecraft Fabric. Hey, what's up there? Is it Ray Day? Okay, so just to kind of check it out, let you know, me and my son actually tonight we're going to be playing the Unfair Door map, which seems pretty cool. So let's go to a world that I've been working on recently, the Superflat, and I'll show you guys how it actually works. I'll show you guys a couple ways you can use it. The ways I use it is I use it so that I don't have to rebuild huge builds, because these are very complicated. And honestly, after I made them, I completely forgot how to make them. Seriously. Like, I could probably start from scratch and I would come up with a different design than what you see before me. So, to keep myself from, having to constantly do that, there was a time, I'll say, when I was younger where I could remember these. But anyway, so here's one way you can actually use. Um, here's one way you can actually use Worldedit. So as you can see, we have Optifine, which means that we are going to have extra video settings, better quality. You can do all kinds of cool stuff. Um, you know, you can change, like if you're having really bad frame rate, you can change it. If you like shaders, it's automatically built in. So all you got to do is just basically drop your new shader into the folder here, and I will say that the best one for me is Saldor's Vibrant Shader. Seems to be the best one for me. Um, anyway, you can also change the options here. There's all kinds of stuff you can do, but the main stuff that people like is you can turn on and off textures. You can make it look better, or you can make it look, cheaper. Um, and there's a lot of things you can customize. For instance, animals. You can turn stuff on, redstone animation, all these things if you have really bad frame rate, you can turn them all down so that you get better frame rate. That's what Optifine is. Now, as is, I personally am going to go ahead and say that the stock Minecraft loads better, and I've noticed that mine personally does not load the corners. It kind of loads like a kind of a circle. I don't know if that's intentional or what, but anyway. So this is basically how you use. There's a couple ways you can get the wand. So when you have Worldedit installed, you hit // and you hit wand, and you can give yourself it. It's just a wooden axe. So you can also just hit E and put go to tools and grab yourself a wooden axe. They're exactly the same. It doesn't matter. You can do it either way, but it's much easier just to type it in. So basically, the way that it works, Worldedit, is you want to basically look at your structure and you can see that I place this block here, and what I do is I'm going to left click, right? Left click breaks, and then I'm going to go ahead and place a block here. So you need like the X and Y coordinates to do this. Now there's all kinds of things you can do with this, but you want to get the height and width. It doesn't have to be exact. A lot of people I have seen, they do this kind of stuff where they get the outside, but I like to get it perfect so that I know that I'm not going to, you know, delete another building. So now I would right click, and you guys will see in the thing it says I've now copied these. Now I need to figure out how I'm going to copy them. So for me personally, if you copy these at this height and you're on a void world, hey, that's fine. But if you want it to actually match up with all your other ones, you want to count. So like what I do is I go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 away. And then you stand on the platform. And then make sure you know where you're at. Like I'm roughly in the center. And then you hit // copy. And hit enter, and it'll say 1600 blocks have been copied. Now we can go and paste this wherever we want to. So this should already be set up. Yeah, it should already be set up, and as long as it's on the same X and Y, we should be able to paste the exact same thing. So you hit // paste. And if you want to take this to another world, like if you say I want to save this and I want to put it on a survival world, then we can do that too. I'll show you. So I'm going to go ahead and hit // undo, and it will delete it, right? So it deletes it. It does drop, however, the pistons, but don't worry about that. So so the next thing to do would be, if you want to save this and bring it to a new world, you want to hit / and then S, and then use your arrow keys on the, you know, below scroll lock, and you go down to schematics, you hit tab, and then go over here and you want to hit save, and then whatever you want. And I'm going to put this as test. So test, and you hit save and test. Now we can put this on a new world as long as we know that. So let's go ahead and save and quit. Go ahead and go here, and I will go to, this is my backup ender world, but let's go to this is my older world. So let's go ahead and go to my older father and son world. This is basically a copy of my world. It is a little laggy when I first jump onto this world because it's so big. There's so much stuff on it. So so yeah, what I can basically do now is I can go over here, and we know that we were up about 5 blocks. So I could, if I wanted to, basically dig down here, and this is going to place it 5 blocks in front of me, the elevator. Now it could be to the left or right. We'll need to figure that out, and I'll show you guys how you can maneuver it. So if you hit / and S with Worldedit, you can go to schematics. And we're going to install that here in a second. I'm just showing you guys all the things you can do with it. So we want to go ahead and load a schematic, and we want to load test, right? So we load test. It'll tell you. All you got to do is hit / paste and enter. Now you can see that it put it not only 1 block lower than what we wanted, it put it behind us, which we don't want to do. So let's hit / undo. And what we need to do is we need to get it to be in front of us. So what you need to type in here, what we're going to do is we're just going to basically stand here, and we're going to go ahead and do / rotate, right? Now you can always go back to the stream. It doesn't disappear afterwards. So you hit rotate, and you want to hit 180. So if it was directly behind us, it's going to be directly in front of us now. So we hit enter, then / paste, and there you go. Now we have this. Now there obviously is a problem with that, and we put it in water, so that's not going to work. So let's go ahead and / undo, and you can see all it leaves us with is some pistons, as you guys can see. Just leaves us with some pistons and stuff left over, which you can grab because it does cause lag if you want to. But that is basically how it works. You can also put it under the ground. I mean, You do whatever you want to. Let's try it over here. Let's do it over here since we know that it's actually going to be facing, I believe this is probably east. Yeah, so it's facing east. So now if we stand somewhere, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks from right here. So it should be right in front of these pillars. So when I hit // paste, we now have an elevator or whatever it is that you built. And it's going to be in this location, as you guys can see. Now this is a prototype I'm still working on. So I worked on it yesterday a little bit, but let's see if it works. As you guys can see, it actually works. So, you know, now if you wanted to build this under the ground or even extend this, you could actually do that as well using marker points. What I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to delete everything except for the axe. And what we're going to do is we're going to extend this up a couple. So what I like to do is you basically don't need this, but we do need that up there. So you kind of want to get, so what you need is the bottom lowest point, which I'm going to say probably, let's see here, bottom lowest and the back's highest. So we already have it kind of copied here. Let me see, // time. Actually, you don't want to do two. You just want to do single / time set 0. Okay. So now we can kind of get this and figure out where we want to do it. So you want to go ahead and it doesn't have to be in any order. Like you can actually right click or left click. I personally prefer to right click first. And then that was a left click and then right click. And you can see it gives us the first and second position. And that basically is going to copy everything all the way over here to here. So that's how it works. You'll get good at it as you go. So we're not copying the floor. We're just copying basically this other stuff. So since I do want to get the floor too, we're going to need to change it. So you can do that as well anytime you want to. You don't have to keep the coordinates. Just redo them. So I just left clicked and then right click. Now sometimes when you right click, it won't actually show you it, but it did work. It is a bug. So now we just need to figure out where we want to copy it to. So this is basically where we're going to be copying from. So wherever you're standing before you hit copy. So if I want to copy this, you know, here, a block away, it's going to copy it. So I find it's easier to put a block in front of you just to make sure that you don't copy it from a different point. And so now we're just going to do // copy. And now it's going to copy that. So now when we go up here, it's going to replace that with this. So // paste. Now, one thing you guys can see right away is that something's wrong here. These pistons are not supposed to be next to each other. So we're going to go ahead and do / undo. And it looked to me like we needed to make this just one block down. So if we put it one block down, it should match up correctly. So // paste. And now we have a taller elevator, as you guys can see. We will have to get rid of some stuff here, as you guys can see. There might even be some redstone missing, but it's probably because of where I copied it at. But it does look like it's legitimate. So now we have like, I don't know, a 20. Is it 20? We can actually count here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 16 tall elevator. And now we can go ahead and delete these. And we could do the same thing. Seriously, we can do the same thing. Now we can extend it even higher. Let's go ahead and do this. So I left clicked, then right clicked. And then we're going to go here. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to save. So // copy it. We're going to copy that entire area, which is now 1700 blocks. And then we know that it needs to be one block lower and 2 blocks away from that block. So Yeah, this should be the perfect place. So now we just hit // paste. And you can always just put most of it there. And it will autofill if you hit tab, if you guys don't know that. So now we probably have, it's twice as long. So this is how you can extend it. And of course, you can change the schematics, copy the entire thing, and we can also change any block we want to. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys that. So if we get rid of this, we don't really need it anymore. If you come down here, you can see that this green block kind of represents the lowest point. So we can go ahead and just hit left click, and then we go up to the highest point in the back here, right click. When you right click that, now we can go ahead and use some of the other commands. So say I'm like, you know what, I don't like this glass and I want to make it blue. So you hit // replace, and then you hit tab, and you want to replace Minecraft, and then you want to pick which block you want to replace. So we don't like the red glass, so we're going to go ahead and put red, and it should come up with red stained glass, I think. It should be here somewhere. Or is it just red glass? There it is, red stained glass. So we hit tab and it'll autofill. We do the same thing, and we want to replace it with Minecraft. Let's say blue. So blue glass, right? Now you could change it to solid blocks as well. I'm just trying to show you guys, you know, that this is how you can you know, if you built something, you're not happy with the colors, and you don't want to rebuild the entire thing, this is how you can use Worldedit. It's better in a creative mode. I mean, you wouldn't want to use this in a survival world. We're not actually in my survival world. This is actually a out of date copy, and I have a backup of it, so it doesn't matter what we do to it. So we're going to change it with blue stained glass. So we hit tab to autofill and hit enter, and now you can see everything that is what was blue glass is now changed to, or sorry, which was red glass is now blue glass. So what if we want to change the concrete to blue as well? So now we can go ahead and do // and we're going to go ahead and do replace. Oops. It's replace. There we go. Replace. There's a lot more you guys can do to this, by the way. Seriously, there's a lot more you can do with this. So Minecraft, and I'm going to go ahead and do, we'll do red again. Red concrete, which is right here. We want to replace red concrete. Let's go ahead and replace it with blue. So you just type in mine or MI, and then hit tab to autofill, and then you hit the color you want to change it, blue, or whatever block. If it's cobblestone, type in cobblestone. You'll figure it out. It autofills for you, so it's really easy. These are just some of the ways you can do it. We can change it to stained glass. I will say that redstone's not going to stay on it if you do stained glass, so you know, these are kind of things you got to think about. You can only change, it's going to change every block that's red. So if we change this to blue concrete, now every block, hey, what's up, Sash? If you change this, every block is going to now become that's red is going to turn blue. So if we hit enter, you can see that that is how it works. So you can basically copy and paste it. Now the problem with this is some of my circuitry, this is used to be red, is now changed. So if you want to fix that, you can do horizontal or up and down lines as well. So say we want to change this back to red, go ahead and copy the highest point and then the lowest point, which is here, and we'll go ahead and we did a right click or we did a left click and a right click. Now we can just do // and we want to go ahead and do replace Minecraft, and we're going to go ahead and go blue. So blue concrete with red. It should be mine. You can also just type in for short red, like you do red like that, and it'll come up with something close to it. So you don't have to fill the whole thing in, but I usually do Minecraft just to make sure. But anyway, so now it'll change just those blocks back to their original colors if you want to. There's a lot you can do with Worldedit that doesn't require a whole lot. So anyway, like I said, this is not my world. It doesn't have any of the stuff I've recently built on it. It's just a backup that I have. So we can test it too. So the redstone should work perfectly unless there's something that's messed up, which is possible. As you guys can see, something is messed up. It's probably something to do with redstone. Something's definitely not working, but it's not because of Worldedit. I'm just going to tell you that right now. It's probably because of something I've done. Let's see here. This is a prototype elevator. Yeah, see how one of them pistons is disintegrated? You see that? This is something that can happen when you're copying something. It doesn't always give you a perfect copy. So once we fix this, it should work again. So if you copy something with pistons extended, most of the time it copies it, but sometimes you'll get that weird bug that you just seen. So let's see if it actually will take me up. So you can see that the redstone carries over, the repeaters all get copied in the same direction. And we could now, if we wanted to, copy that and paste it under the ground, once you've, extended it using Worldedit. It's a very easy program to use. It's very nice, but we can also do this. Say you didn't want it here and you're like, you know what? I don't think I want to have this in my world. I want to get rid of it. You just basically copy it again, the entire structure. So I did a left click. Now I'm going to do a right click. And then you just hit // and then set 0. And it gets rid of all of it. So it's like it never was there. Now I will say that it always drops, pistons. As you guys can see, it drops pistons. I don't know why it's a bug. Looks like it dropped a torch as well. I think that was actually inside one of the... So if you ever have chests, if you copy over, say if I was to copy this world, it does not copy horses. It does not copy, creatures that are alive. It doesn't copy... sometimes it won't copy doors or pressure plates. It just depends. But it will do redstone pretty well. Anyway, so this is my old world. As you guys can see, it's relatively easy to use Worldedit. So now that I've showed you guys some of the stuff you can do with it, let's go ahead and just save and quit. I'll quit the game, and we're going to go ahead and start installing this. So I'm going to go ahead and just recommend to you guys right now that one of the easiest ways to do this is to just follow Udison's tutorial. But there's some stuff that Udison, doesn't tell people that are brand new. So that's why I'm making this tutorial as a live stream. Okay, so I'm definitely going to go ahead and link Udison in the comments, and probably in the description after this video's in. But we're basically going to follow his instructions, which we need to download all of these things here. So, which is relatively easy. I'm going to basically, if you're watching this in the future, you'll be able to see it in the description. You'll be able to see that stuff in the description, and I'll paste the links. So, if you guys want to right now, I'm going to go ahead and put it into... let me go ahead and move my chat over. And I have links here. So these are the links that you would need to, and you'd need to get all of these. I'm going to get them with you, and I'm going to show you guys that some of these, do not copy them until I show you guys how to do it, but I need to have it in the description or in the chat window first. Yeah. So these are all of the links. They should pop up for you. There you go. Okay. Alright, so once you guys see this, you should be able to copy the links. Maybe not, but it will be in the description of my video. So let me go ahead and just pause this. And I will put it here. So we'll put it on top here. Control V. And then I'm going to hit enter. We're going to go ahead and let it save. So it now should appear in there. And of course, Control V. I'm going to go ahead and put this into the comments again. Hopefully, it doesn't look like it's actually working. I can't place those links into the comment for some reason. So, very strange. Yeah, it is definitely not allowing me to do it. Okay, so that's definitely not going to work. Okay, so you guys will have to go to the description if you guys want to get the link. They should be in there and they should be ready to copy, as you guys can clearly see. Is my microphone working? So these are all of the... Yeah, okay. I thought for a second maybe it wasn't working. Okay, so Sash, McFlash, and Ray Day. Okay, so next thing we want to do is download these things. So since you guys don't actually have the links, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to use Udison's video to get these links. So first thing we want to download is Fabric. And so I'm going to go ahead and open this up in a new window. I actually have it already open, but let's just do it all from the beginning. So one thing I did want to tell you guys before we do anything, it's very handy to see file extensions. If you guys look at my desktop, you actually can see on here, you'll actually see that these things say what they are. You can see that it says it's a .png. This is actually so files that you download, for instance, let me go to my download. Any file you download, it's going to tell you it's a zipper file. So seeing hidden file extensions and stuff, this allows you to be able to see where your Minecraft folder is located. Seriously. So it's definitely something that is very helpful to do. So how do we do this? You need to go to File Explorer, open up File Explorer. We're going to go ahead and turn on file extensions. It's actually under View. So you just go to View and you put an arrow here where it says, as you see, do you see how it disappeared? There's a lot of things that just disappeared. So go back to View and you want to go ahead and put a check mark on file extensions. Whoops, not on file. There we go. So you want to do hidden items and file name extensions. What this is going to allow you to do is you're going to be able to find your roaming app data by just clicking into your profile. So you go to C drive, go to users, you pick your name, it'll show your name there. You click on it, and then we're going to go ahead and go to app data. Now what I like to do is you just go into roaming, and then you can basically right click on this, and you can just send a short, it says desktop create shortcut. When I do this, now I'm going to have access to my Minecraft folder and I no longer have to mess with it. Now you guys probably can't see it over here, but I have this one screenshot which gives me access to it. And if you guys would like to, you can do custom. As you guys can see, you can make custom icon config files using this program here. It's Icon Maker. You can just download it. It's for free. It will constantly ask you, but you can make icons out of it. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys real quick if you get it. You take a PNG picture. It doesn't matter what size it is. You do want it to kind of be square. Let me go ahead and remove this. So once I've opened this up, we can now go into my, I'm going to go into my pictures actually. Let's see, pictures, transparent pictures. This is where I keep all my Minecraft transparent pictures. If you guys don't know this stuff, don't worry about it. You can, if you want it to be transparent, it's something I could do a tutorial on, but I'm just showing you guys if you want to create stuff. So this one's a really good size, as you guys can see, and we want to go ahead and copy it. It says Android size or ISO size. We're just going to go ahead and hit this real quick, and you can see it says there's an error. But it's not. It's actually there. Seriously, it's actually there. It just takes a second. It's a glitch. You see it? It's kind of like they're saying, they kind of want to fool you and tell you, oh hey, but you can see right here that it's under my E drive videos OBS images icon. If we go and open the folder, it has made an ISO file. So these can only be opened up by Windows. So if you wanted to use this icon now for this, you could use it, but you'd have to copy it and save it to a location that you like. So the best one to do for me, I'm going to do this one, either the 256 or we'll do the Windows 7 icon. As you guys can see, it shows other ones too. These ones are just .ping, so they're not going to help you in any way. So you don't need these. You can actually delete them if you'd like to. It's the ICO files that you would want. So I'm going to go ahead and take the black ones are the bigger ones. So we're going to go ahead and take this and put it to our desktop. And then I'm going to go ahead and go to my pictures. And you guys will see that I have icon right here. All of these icons I made using this. So now I can drop this in here. And so if you're looking to customize your Minecraft folder, this is something that's really cool and easy to do. So now we can go ahead and close this. And we now have this icon folder in a location. So now we want to right click on this. Now every folder is different. But if you created the folder yourself, it should be in the exact same place. So we want to go under advanced, or sorry, we want to go under change icon, sorry, and go to browse. And you want to go to where we saved it. So I saved it to my pictures. My pictures, transparent. Actually, it's not under transparent. Sorry, it's under icon. And now we can change it to this wooden icon. We hit OK. Now, sometimes it doesn't update it immediately. Like you can see right here. Do you see how it didn't update it immediately? What you can actually do is just rename it. Rename it whatever. Like, I'm just going to do this and it'll change it. So it's basically, it just needs to be updated. The desktop's not instantaneous all the time. So for those of you that are watching, now this will be my access to get my Minecraft folder up every time. So that's going to be real easy. So I'm going to go ahead and rename this again. I'm going to do it Minecraft. I'm going to do Minecraft. We'll do app data, like that. So now I know this is going to be a shortcut so I can bring this folder up anytime I want to. And so if you guys have followed me this far, now you're going to want to do something in your Minecraft folder, which is you need to create a folder that says mods in lowercase. As you guys can see, I've already done this. It's here already. But we're going to go ahead and redo everything, and I'm going to show you guys how to do this. So we're going to start with the Fabric installer. Hopefully people are interested in this and like it. So the links are here. If you guys want to pause the stream or pause the video, because this will be uploaded to my channel afterwards, you guys can basically, this is what we're going to be going to this site here. So I'm going to hit Control and C on that. And we're going to go ahead and go to links. I'm going to go Control V, hit Enter. And you can see that it actually has looked up, Fabric. Now this isn't the right one. It should have actually done. Yeah, it's not supposed to be looking it up. It should take us directly to it. I have a feeling that this Fabric link only works from my. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I might have to give you guys. I'm gonna actually have to record these links for you. By going to Udison's file here, and we're going to go ahead and just open up this in a new tab. And it says use Fabric, and so this is the actual link that I need to get. So I'm going to go ahead and hit copy, and we're going to go ahead and replace this Fabric with Control V. Oh, wait a minute. You know why it didn't work? It's because I didn't do this. Control V. Yeah, okay. That's my bad. So you want to do the HTTP first, not do the entire thing. That's my bad. Okay. Anyway, it does work. So don't need to save that. So now we want to go and hit vanilla, and you want to make sure it's the I wrote it down to make sure. 0.5.0.35. I actually have 3.7 here. So there might actually be a 3.7. Is there a 3.7? No. So 3.5. I must have just wrote that down. So we want to go ahead. You can do it either way, but I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys that The only reason that you would want to use the download installer window XEX would be if you don't have Java installed on your computer. So I'm going to say that if you guys want to be able to see jar files, which is super helpful, I mean, it is absolutely super helpful. I'm going to say just go ahead and go to Google and type in Java and download the appropriate one. If you're not sure, basically you can have it test for you. Now, I myself have a 64-bit, so I'm going to go to downloads, and you guys can see here that it's going to give us options for it. So there's a 32-bit system and so on, and it just keeps going. It says, do you have, Windows byte users? So if you want to get the 64-bit system, I believe it's under all downloads. Yeah, see all Java downloads. And you guys can actually download it for Linux, Solaris, Mac OS, and of course here you can see 64-bit Windows Offline Edition, and you'd want to go ahead and download this. Yeah, it'll tell you when it's downloaded. I already have it installed, so if I was you guys, I would definitely install this because it will make it super easy for you in the future. It used to be back in the day you couldn't use Minecraft without Java. Nowadays they have Java built into Minecraft. So if you want to actually use jar files, you do need to actually download Java for it. So I don't actually need this, so I'm just going to let it download, in the background here. Because we don't really need it. But you guys would want to click the install button. Yeah, you'd want to click the install button and install Java. So you'd want to go ahead and click this and follow the instructions. I'm going to hit no, but you'd want to click it, install it, and then it'll tell you everything. And then once you see the icon pop up here for a sec, it'll disappear shortly after. Then you have Java installed, which means now we can go ahead and start. So we've downloaded Fabric. Now we're going to go ahead and download. We go ahead and go to Udison's file. Now we're going to go ahead and download the next one, which is Worldedit. I'm going to open it up in a new tab, and I'm going to go ahead and do the same with Optifine. Open up in a new tab, and we're going to go ahead and open up Optifine with Fabric mods. So you should have 3 more downloads to do because we've already downloaded Fabric. I believe we did, didn't we? Let's see, downloads. We have not downloaded Fabric. I am sorry I didn't do that. Let's go ahead and do that now. I'm going to go ahead and open it up in a new tab, where I'm just going to slide it into the proper use here. So here we go. So we want to go to Vanilla, and you want to download the Java edition. Like I said, if you don't want to download Java, you can just use the Windows installer, but it does limit you. Now this is something that happens every single time you try to download a jar file. It doesn't matter what kind it is. It's going to tell you that this could damage your computer. You can go ahead and hit keep. It's not going to damage your computer. It's a jar file. It's just Windows doesn't use jar, so it recognizes it as being a possible danger. So if we go to show file, you can now go here and you can double click on this. You double click and this is going to pop up. So first thing you want to do is make sure it's the client side. Then you're going to want to go ahead and click on the the update that you're using, the 1.14.4, and this should work in the future. So if it's the 1.15, then click the 1.15. You can see the correct builds. You can use other builds that are different. But anyway, you want to go ahead and hit install. Now I already have mine installed, so I don't need to do it. And I'm going to go ahead and just double check really quick to make sure that that is the build that I have, because I might actually be out of date. Because this video or this tutorial should actually show you guys that too. So if we go under installations, you can see that this is build 159. So which one is this? This one's actually, so this is 0.5 whatever, and then mine is 0.48 build. So, gonna go ahead and say that if we look at Udison's video here, he actually shows he'll actually show us download the which ones we need to download. You can see which version that he is doing right now. He has the 0. Let's see. Let me turn the volume down. He wants you to download the 0.5.0.33. That's what he actually wants you to download for this. I do think it's possible it could work. And then if you ever have your Minecraft launcher and you're going to do an install on something, make sure you close it because it can get messed up. So you'd want to do that same one, the 0.5.33 build, which I actually don't see on here. Yeah, I'm not actually seeing it on here. So maybe I need to go and re-download it from Fabric. Let's go ahead and go to Fabric. It says here 0.5.0. Yeah, okay. Okay, so yeah, he downloaded the 33. So this is the one he's saying, the 0.5.0.33. So that's the same one that we would want to get. So if you guys have done this, sorry. You don't want to do the most current version because it may not work with it. I mean, I can try it, but I want you guys to have a functioning version. So this video was made a month ago, and he hasn't updated it. So I'm assuming that if you update it yourself, something's not going to work. So we want to make sure that we're using the 0.5.33. So now we want to go back to downloads. We want to go back to downloads here, and you want to go ahead and do the Fabric installer, the 0.33 build, not the 35. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the 33. This is the same one I have, so it shouldn't affect nothing. It doesn't matter. You can use this the current version build as long as it's the 33. It should be okay. We can go ahead and hit that. It's going to say done. It has now created the profile. Now, this is assuming that you guys have already created a profile. So when I start Minecraft, it automatically updates to the new update. So if you're on the 1.14.4, you actually should now have, you need to actually make sure you use the latest update, which if you're playing Minecraft right now, as long as you have the 1.14.4 and you've played on it, because that's what we're installing this on, you should already have this. So what's going to end up happening is you're going to end up having a second profile that says Fabric on it. And if you want it to look cool and you want to rename it, go to Installations and go here and go to this, and you can basically edit it, which means you can pick the block of your choice. So we could pick one of these fancy blocks, or we could use whatever. I went ahead and picked this, and I named it Udison, but otherwise it will be what's written here, as you guys can see. You can also switch them, but I'm going to say you want to keep it as the Fabric build 0.6.1 build, and you can name it whatever you want to, and you can customize the block. As you guys can see, I've already done that. We don't need to do that. So you can now start the game if you want to, but I'm going to say let's not do that. Let's just leave it the way it is, because we actually want to get the API loaded, and this is basically the brains of the mod. So that's why we actually have so many downloads. So let's go ahead and close this out, and we need to get, so we've already installed the Fabric. I'm going to go ahead and just throw that away. So we have to download. We have the Fabric installer here too. It's the wrong one. So now we can go ahead and work on downloading our other ones.
As you can see, it is not.
I actually need to do this. Okay, so we got Fabric. So the next link, which I think I've closed. I think I lost a lot of people from watching me. But it's okay though. So the next link we need are these. So I need the Worldedit. So we're going to go ahead and drop that in here now. So it did not give us... Oh, okay, I need to get rid of the Worldedit part. I keep forgetting that you don't want to copy the entire thing. This should take us right to the site. There we go. So if you guys have ever come to a site like this, don't click nothing. If you look on the right hand corner, if it's AdFly, just hit skip ad. Don't hit nothing else or you're going to download some sort of virus. And it's going to take you, and it's not really a virus. Usually it's like a browsing thing. It puts icons on your thing. So don't do that. Make sure you skip it. So what you want to do is you want to get the version for Fabric, which I'm actually not seeing here. This just says all for Forge. Let me see here. Let's see, future tools. These actually, this one says Forge 1.14, 3 months ago. This isn't the current one. Let me go back to Udison's video.
As you can see,
Udison's video. And we're going to go ahead and do let me go ahead and do this. I'm going to open it up and see if they actually have it here. Okay, so when I took his link, it took me directly to a torrent. We're going to go ahead and just use skip it. I have a feeling you guys are going to have to go to Udison's video for this. So under Udison's video, it's going to take you to the same location we were just at, and I'm not seeing the Fabric on here, which means it says view stable downloads. Let's go ahead and see what happens when we go to view stable downloads. These are for buckets, Forge. Here's Fabric. Latest Fabric. So we're going to want to go to this. Latest Fabric. So what we're going to want to do here is, so this is Worldedit for Fabric is what we actually are looking for. So let me see if I can find it. It might take a sec. Excuse me. Okay, so it says here, these are files. So this file, this one says it is the main file. It says Worldedit 7.01, and I'm going to go ahead and double check using our created Minecraft app data file, and we're going to go ahead and go into my mods and double check to make sure. So this is Worldedit 701, so 7.0.1. So this is the correct one. So if you guys follow what I just did, back the video up if you need to, and we're going to go ahead and hit download. Okay, so we should have it. Yeah, we can just wait for it to do the download now, and you guys can see that it's actually going to tell us it's a harmful file because it's a jar file. This is why I'm telling you to just install Java. It doesn't even matter if it's an up-to-date Java, just as long as it's on your computer, so that way you can actually click on these. If you don't have Java, you will not be able to access this. So when you look at your downloads, if you're not seeing the Java cup or a cup of coffee steaming, then you do not have Java. So you want to go ahead and make sure you download that. Okay, so we have now, this is actually the downloads. Okay, so we now have Worldedit downloaded, and we're going to go ahead and do the next ones as well. So I'm going to link Udison's video because these are direct links to it. So now we're going to download Optifine. But I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys that Optifine's fine. So yeah, if you guys are watching, I'm going to go ahead and do copy. We're going to go back to my dashboard, and I am going to basically just get rid of, let me go ahead and do this. I'm going to get rid of all of this stuff here, and we're going to go ahead and replace it with, if you guys want the download links, they are on Udison's channel. So now if you guys are here, just take that link if you're following this, and you guys can get the links that I'm getting. The ones I posted up are actually not correct. So I just changed it in stream, so it should be good now. So we've gotten Worldedit. Now we want to go, like I said, go to Unison, and we've got Worldedit. Now we want to get Optifine. Now Optifine is actually an open site, so you don't have to get that from Unison, but so he actually says on his to use the F2 version, which you can use the F3 version if you want to. So go ahead and hit download, and it's going to be the same scam you guys always see, where it's going to ask you to basically approve stuff. You don't need to do anything other than to wait and hit skip ad. As you guys can see, we're skipping the ad, and we're going to go ahead and download Optifine F3 jar. It says it's going to say the same thing. You are downloading a file that could be harmful. It is not harmful. It is a jar file. And there you go. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of clean this up so you don't see 20 downloads, because we actually only need to download, I think it's 4 files. So we now have Optifine latest version. Okay. So going back here, now we need the API for Fabric. This is the brains of it. This is what makes the mod work. And we're going to go ahead and click on that. I'm going to open it up in a new tab so you guys can see it. And it's going to take us directly to this site. We're going to go ahead and just wait. We're going to get that Optifine API. Go ahead and click that, and it's probably going to say the same thing. Okay, no, so here we are. So we need to find the same version that he used. I'm pretty sure of it, because it has to match the API. So for his, let's see what he's got here. I actually cannot see. Let me go ahead and zoom in a little bit. Okay, so it says Fabric installer, Fabric API is 0.3.0, build 200. So let me go ahead and do this. We'll reset it back to stock. So let me make sure that that's the actual one he's going to be using. So he just installed his Fabric on here, and the build and all that. And so now he's went to the API site. Let's see if it's the correct one. Feel free to comment if you guys have any questions, or if this is something you don't want to do, because it's not going to ruin your Minecraft. And you could always reinstall Minecraft if you needed to. Just basically, if something happens, just take your maps away. So what I mean is like just make a full copy. We have backups in our Minecraft folder anyway. So you don't need to uninstall Minecraft unless something's really wrong. But you can still take your maps away, and you can keep all the stuff that's important. Okay, so this is the actual version that he's using, and it says it is Optifine. Oh, wait a minute. This is the OptiFabric. So we skipped the API version. See, so he's got the Fabric installer. I think he's doing the OptiFabric first on his, but let's make sure we're downloading the right version. So this one is OptiFabric, Worldedit builds. Yeah, I know that I have the correct Worldedit. He's downloaded Optifine itself like we just did. So now we need, so it says here that he has, where is the Fabric API? I'm not seeing his Fabric API here. Okay, we're going to check my folders, because this is actually kind of confusing. So I'm just going to look at the build that I have. So let's go ahead and go to, let me get rid of these download files real quick. And I'll shrink this or minimize it. And we're going to go ahead and use our created Minecraft thing to go to mods, which I already have this installed, you guys, so we can look to see what's up there. Is it Nub Gamer? So we need the Fabric API 03.0 or 0.3.3 build 200. So yeah, so when we go back here to our Fabric API, the Fabric API, we need 0.3.0, which looks like it's way down here. Build 200. We need to keep going down, and it doesn't look like there is another build. I'm actually curious if it will work with the most modern version of the API. But like I said, I did notice that he didn't do it. So let's see here. Am I incorrect? Because these are all 1.14.4. This one is build 207. It says plus 2, 14.1. So these are not the current updates. Let's see, 1.14.4. They all say that they work. So here's build 200 down here on the bottom, you guys. If you guys are doing this on today's date, which is 9/15, you guys should find it here. Build 200. You want to click on this thing. And then, like I said, beware of scams. If it says to download app, we don't want an app. We want our download. It should just appear on the bottom. It's going to tell you this is a harmful thing, but we know that jar files are always recognized by Windows as that. So if you are trying to install this, I randomly joined. Yeah, this is a stream, but if you want to go back to the beginning and follow it if you're looking to install this, okay? So it will be uploaded in an hour after the stream, so that it'll be like a tutorial that's, you know, kind of live. But so now we have this. We can open up our file. So we now have we have Fabric API, we have Optifine F3, and we have Worldedit. We need one more, which is OptiFabric. So if we go back to the site that I just linked, which is Udison's channel, he has custom links in there. So if you're looking to you can also watch his video and do it. It's much quicker to follow his. But like I said in the beginning, I show you guys like how you can see file extensions. I show you how you can create a shortcut to your Minecraft app data in the beginning of this. So if you need to go back and recreate it, if you guys are cool, go and follow Udison's tutorial. I guarantee you it's better than mine, and it's a lot less. It's just not as long. So our last one that we need is the OptiFabric, which I believe is, he's got Worldedit, Optifine. It's got to be this one. So it's required lib. So let's go ahead and open that up in a new tab. And this should be the mod we're looking for. So we wait. If you guys ever are on AdFly, never click on anything. Wait for it to say skip ad. You skip the ad, and you will now come to this place here. So it's basically redirecting us directly to the CurseForge doc whatever. So we need to find OptiFabric that's the correct version. So OptiFabric that we need is the 0.4.3. 0.4. So it's this one here. Now I'm not 100% sure, but I do think that you guys could, like after we're done here, I'm going to actually see if I can update to the 0.5.2 OptiFabric. But I'm going to say, you guys, I know the one I'm using right now works, so go ahead and download the 0.4.3. And we'll do the same thing. Like I said, don't download nothing. Yeah, don't download. It'll automatically do it. It'll say it's a dangerous file. We know jar files are recognized by Windows to be bad. So we should now have all the files that we need, thanks to Udison. So this is the guy I usually follow myself. I follow him for these because if you guys use Fabric, Fabric comes out like the day of. So if you guys are wanting to jump to the next update and you guys want it to work really quick, this is how you do it. Now I'm going to go ahead and say that once you put the API in the folder, our mod folder that we created in the beginning, you do not actually have to put in Worldedit or any of these. You could just have either Worldedit or Optifine separately. It doesn't have to be in here, but if you want to have all three, so when the next update comes out, say when the 1.15 comes out, when Udison releases it, it'll probably be just a Fabric plus Worldedit and nothing else. And then after about 3 weeks, you'll start being able to use Optifine. And he usually does a video, so he keeps it pretty well up to date. So that's what we need to do now. Is we're in our roaming app data folder in our Minecraft here. So now we're going to need to put these folders in the mods. As you guys seen, I already have the mods in here, and we should have the exact same ones. We're going to need Fabric API 0.3.0, and we're also going to need OptiFabric 0.4.3 and Optifine, the most current, and then of course Worldedit 7.0.1, and we should be good. So let me go ahead. So we could basically now that we're done, we can go ahead and grab these, hit copy, and you can drag and drop them into your mods folder that we created earlier. So now we can go ahead and paste them in there. It should replace all of these actually. One of these is not the same. It looks like it's actually the Worldedit. This one says they look exactly the same. I don't know what's different. Worldedit Fab 1.14. They look exactly the same to me. I don't know what's going on there. This one says 7.0.1 RC. Which one is this one? This one does not have the RC. So let me go ahead and take this, and I'm going to go ahead and drop it in here. Yeah, I'm going to drop it in here. We're going to go ahead and delete this because you guys won't need to, though. So let's see if this actually will work now. It should work. If it doesn't, we'll try and figure that out, but it should be fine. So you guys already know that I created this. Now, something you guys probably don't know if you guys are new to this is that we can go into Edit and go under More Options, and if you change this little number here, you change it, like I have it set to 4 gigabytes, but 3 is probably all you'd ever need. But I set mine for 4. Now I have 16 gigabytes of RAM, and they're actually, 4 gigabyte strips, so they're way faster than if you run, say 32 gigabytes in the same slots. So just trying to tell you guys, like, I have this set up to use 4 gigabytes. You might want to look at your computer to make sure it can handle that. You definitely don't want to overload your computer or run out of memory. So you can set it to 2. Normally it's set to like 2 something. It's a really low number. Like I think it's 1 gigabyte. So if you're running mods, you need more RAM. So I would recommend changing this to 2 and then see how it runs. And then if it's not good enough for you and you guys have it, change it to 4 like I do. If you don't have enough RAM though, 2 is the minimum requirement. So you hit save and we're going to go ahead and hit play on this. If it crashes, something's wrong, which means I might need to basically make a video of this, but it does take a little bit because we have installed newer things. So it takes a little bit on your first startup for your Minecraft to work. It actually does. It takes a little bit. It takes a couple seconds. As long as it doesn't crash, we're cool. Now I'm gonna do a full update and see what's up. But it looks like we're fine. Yeah, it looks like we're fine here. So you guys can see here that it says Minecraft 1.14 Fabric, and we have Optifine 1.14. I don't know if this is new. Is this something Minecraft did, or is it Optifine or one of these things we've used? So now if we go back into this world, we can go ahead and see if we can see if it's working. Okay, so the shader is definitely working, as you guys can see. Yeah, the shader's working. Yeah, shader's working, and then we're going to do I'm just going to kick this out. / wand. And you can see that we do have the wand. Let me see, / schematics. Schematics test. Okay, invalid subcommand test. Okay, I didn't hit load. Sorry. / actually, it's just / schematics. We want to do load, and then we want to do test. You guys don't need to do test. This is something I copied earlier, so if you're just joining the stream. So now when we do this, we want to do /. It's actually going to appear over here. So // paste. And there you go. So Worldedit is working. I'm going to say that I think we can go ahead and update to the most current versions of this, and it should be cool. And then I want to check video settings. We're going to go to resource packs. Okay. Alrighty. Probably should try to find the more current version of that, but anyway, that is pretty much it. / undo. That's pretty much it, you guys. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and use the most current versions and then see, because I have a backup of these, so if it doesn't work, then I can just put the old ones in. But I'm pretty sure I can use the most current for everything, I think. Actually, you know what? I'm pretty sure you can't use the most current because otherwise Udison would have done an updated video. So I think the only way you can do this is the way that I showed you. Anyway, so now that we see that it's working, I would like to see if it actually works. What the hell is this villager doing up here? Oh, he lived. Okay, anyway, that is it, you guys. Yeah, what is my view range set at here? 12? Sure seems small, 12. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and save and quit this title here. I do believe that that's it. Yeah, we don't need anything else. Like I said, I think I will go ahead and try and see if I can get this to work with the most current versions. And then, but I will tell you that the one that Udison used, these all seem to be perfect. He does specifically tell you to go and use these specific, Worldedit and stuff. I only recently did the current Optifine and changed it to that. So anyway, everything's working. I hope it worked for you. Let me know in the comments or in the chat real quick if it actually is working for you. Other than that, I'm going to end this stream, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Minecraft 1.14.4, how to install Worldedit and Optifine Stream. All right. Thanks for watching, and later.